Okay, here I hope to show the wonderfulness of Premiere's auto sync. I've got a video, or an WAV file rather here. It's about 45 minutes long, 51:50, of the whole set from Janice Gerard. And I want to have a new bin, which I am just going to call Multicam 2, because I already did a multicam thing. And now, how did that happen? I thought I was labeling that. Get that out of there. Delete that. Okay, there's Multicam 2. I'm going to drag that in there. Actually, I'm going to drag this out because it isn't Girl from Ipanema. Okay, there it is. And then S5. Let's see if I look here. I know already, though, that Honestly Love You was the only S5 capture there. The S8, Honestly I Love You, that's the end one there. That goes in. And the Sony, okay, now these are named differently. Now you might do better than I did on these and name it all the same instead of, let's see, I have to, here's Etta Continued, Downtown, Honestly. Okay, so those are all of them. Go back up here and drag them into Multicam. Okay, and I want to select this because it is the long one that includes all of those. I'm just going to shift click, get all of that, and go to create multi-camera sequence. Synchronize points. Well, I want audio, and that's the channel 1 there, the first one I picked. And down here I'm going to use clip names because I can more easily identify my cameras. And in just about the time it takes to take a swig of coffee, we have touchdown. And Houston, we have no problems, I hope. Okay, we'll select it here now. Now these are the process clips that I had just selected, and this is the sequence made from it. Okay, so I'm going to open in timeline just so we can see. Okay, now these were actually the same camera, but since they were all separated, they treat them as separate cameras. Okay, and what I wanted to do though was to simplify. If I go through this and the next step and say, give me a, okay, new sequence from clip is how you make a master. Now I've got a master, but notice that it's got all of these things as different cameras, and you can do it this way. This is perfectly fine, but me, I'm kind of a control freak, I guess, so I want to undo that, go back to this one, and say, since I know they're all the same camera, I want them to appear up in the multicam view as the same camera for some strange reason. See, I can tell by the numbers that these are sequential. I gotta click out of it to select them individually, and there it says it's no time change. That should be in the same spot. No time change. And so I'm just doing that on each one of these. If I try to go someplace else, it fights me, which is good, because it's trying to match them up without changing anything, which is a good thing. Okay, and then this one still says 0 changes. Good. And if you'll notice though, I've still got one little straggler here, and its audio is where? Way down there, of course. Okay. So now I've got it condensed quite a bit. That's 1, 2, 3 tracks of video. Now I go over into my project panel and new sequence from clip to get a master, which is there. And strangely enough, it sees all the other ones. Okay? And, well, that's no problem. We'll just go over here into this, whatever they call that, docking area, and delete some tracks. We don't need extra empty videos or anything. Okay, good. And it does not work. What the heck? Oh, look at this. I see they're all linked. We'll just unlink those puppies. Hey, 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 hey. Now over here, delete tracks. Well, it doesn't look like there are any videos, so I'll just delete the audios. And it still doesn't work. What could be wrong? Well, I think what it is that those tracks are not empty. They have tracks in them, even though the tracks are empty. So I am going to select each one of those and clear them. See anybody else hanging out? Let me move that up. No? Okay, now when I go over here and say delete tracks, all empty tracks, boom, it got rid of empty tracks. And now I can actually see my master and dial it down a bit, because with several overlapping tracks it's probably going to be louder than I want, and I'm going to get a lot of clipping otherwise. Okay, so that's a handy little tip there. And now if you click this little guy over here, we can see our cameras. At some points I had 4 cameras shooting, but it doesn't show up on this one. But there they are, and all it takes is clicking on one or the other to select which camera shows up, and will show up in the final edit. Thank you for your interest.